Dietitians say almonds are the ultimate superfood, packed with protein, heart-healthy fats, and endless benefits. But what if I told you there's a shocking dark side behind the 3.6 billion pounds of almonds produced in the US every year? Behind every crunchy bite lies a story of struggling honeybees, billion-dollar water wars, and ruthless corporate control. The reality? The almond industry isn't as nutritious as you think, from controversial pollination practices to chemical treatments they don't want you to know about. This is the untold truth behind America's almond empire. Brace yourself, because what you're about to discover might just change the way you see almonds forever. Almonds are one of the most consumed nuts in the world, and the United States dominates their production, churning out a staggering 3.6 billion pounds annually. But what really goes on behind the scenes of this booming industry? From planting and pollination to harvesting and processing, this documentary uncovers the hidden truths behind America's almond empire. How it thrives, the environmental impact, and the meticulous process that ensures these nuts reach consumers worldwide. The story of an almond begins with the careful selection of land, as almond trees require very specific conditions to thrive. They flourish in warm, Mediterranean-like climates, and California, which produces over 80% of the world's almonds, offers the perfect combination of sunlight, mild winters, and dry summers. Farmers prioritize well-drained, sandy loam soils rich in nutrients and access to ample water, as almonds are notoriously thirsty crops, requiring significant irrigation throughout their growing cycle. Once the land is cleared and prepared, planting begins in the late fall or early winter, when trees are still dormant. Unlike many other crops, almonds aren't grown from seeds but from grafted saplings, a process where a resilient rootstock is fused with a high-yielding almond variety to create a tree that is both disease-resistant and productive. These young saplings are carefully spaced about 20 feet apart, forming perfectly aligned rows that stretch across thousands of acres in California's Central Valley. However, growing almonds requires patience. While the first blossoms may appear within 3 to 4 years, farmers must wait at least 6 years for trees to reach full production capacity. Once mature, an almond tree can remain productive for up to 25 years, providing a steady harvest if properly managed and irrigated. One of the biggest secrets behind America's almond production lies in honeybees. Unlike many crops that can self-pollinate, almonds require cross-pollination between different varieties. This means every spring, billions of bees must visit almond blossoms to transfer pollen, making pollination the most critical stage of almond farming. Here's the shocking part. California's almond industry is entirely dependent on commercial beekeeping. Each year, nearly 2.5 million beehives, almost 70% of all managed bees in the US, are trucked into California from across the country. Beekeepers rent out their colonies to farmers, charging anywhere from $200 to $300 per hive. This has turned almond pollination into a billion-dollar industry, but it comes at a cost. Mass pollination weakens honeybee colonies, exposing them to diseases, pesticides, and food shortages. Many beekeepers have reported huge colony losses during almond season, raising concerns about the sustainability of this practice. Some environmentalists argue that the almond industry is placing an unbearable strain on pollinators, yet the demand for almonds continues to grow. Almond trees are water guzzlers, and this has sparked a major controversy. It takes approximately 1.1 gallons of water to grow a single almond, and with 3.6 billion pounds produced annually, the numbers add up fast. California's almond orchards consume over 3 trillion gallons of water every year, making them one of the most water-intensive crops in the state. In a region plagued by drought and water shortages, the almond industry has faced intense criticism. While farmers argue that almond trees are more water efficient than many other crops, environmentalists point to the draining of aquifers and the impact on California's water supply. Some orchards have resorted to deep groundwater pumping, leading to land subsidence, a phenomenon where the ground literally sinks as underground water reserves are depleted. To counter these concerns, many farmers have adopted drip irrigation systems, which deliver water directly to the roots, reducing waste. Others are experimenting with drought-resistant almond varieties. But as climate change intensifies, the question remains, can the almond industry sustain its growth without devastating California's water resources? By late summer, almond orchards transform into a chaotic battlefield of dust and machinery. Almonds don't simply fall off the trees when they ripen. They must be violently shaken loose. Farmers use massive mechanical tree shakers, which clamp onto each tree and shake it with tremendous force, causing almonds to rain down onto the ground. This process is efficient, but it creates a huge dust cloud, raising air quality concerns for nearby communities. Once on the ground, almonds are left to dry for 7 to 10 days, a crucial step to prevent mold and contamination. But here's another hidden truth. This drying process leaves almonds vulnerable to pests, rodents, and rain damage. If unexpected rain hits, an entire crop can be lost. After drying, powerful sweepers and collectors gather the almonds, which are then transported to processing plants. But before they make it to store shelves, they must undergo a rigorous cleaning, sorting, and safety check process. Once inside a processing facility, almonds undergo several steps to ensure they are safe and ready for consumption. First, they are hulled and shelled, a process that removes the outer husk and hard shell, revealing the edible nut inside. This is done using high-powered machines that separate the almonds from debris, ensuring only clean, intact nuts move forward in the process. Next comes pasteurization, a crucial step designed to eliminate bacteria like salmonella. Here's where things get controversial. While organic almonds can be steam pasteurized, most conventionally grown almonds in the US are treated with propylene oxide, PPO, a chemical some critics argue may pose health risks. The US mandates almond pasteurization, but many European countries ban PPO-treated almonds due to safety concerns, preferring steam methods instead. After pasteurization, almonds are sorted by size and quality, using high-tech scanners and human inspectors to remove defective nuts. Some almonds are sliced, slivered, or ground into flour, while others are flavored, roasted, or packaged whole. Once packaged, the almonds are prepared for shipping and distribution, a complex operation that ensures they arrive fresh and undamaged. Processed almonds are vacuum-sealed in airtight containers to maintain quality, then packed into crates for domestic and international shipping. Trucks transport them to warehouses, supermarkets, and wholesalers, while large-scale shipments are sent via cargo ships or air freight to global markets. With strict quality controls, almonds travel thousands of miles, ensuring they reach consumers worldwide in perfect condition. Beneath the glossy image of almond orchards lies a world of corporate power and labor challenges. The almond industry is dominated by a handful of agribusiness giants, controlling everything from production to export. These companies have been accused of exploiting small farmers, pressuring them into contracts that favor corporate interests. Then there's the issue of farm labor. Almond harvesting relies heavily on seasonal migrant workers, who often endure low wages, extreme heat, and poor working conditions. Some labor advocacy groups argue that the almond industry prioritizes profit over worker well-being, raising ethical concerns about how these nuts are produced. With global demand for almonds soaring, the industry faces a critical crossroads. The pressure to produce more almonds has led to monoculture farming, which depletes soil nutrients and increases vulnerability to pests and diseases. To combat this, researchers are developing new farming techniques, such as regenerative agriculture, which improves soil health and biodiversity. Water conservation remains the biggest challenge. Some farms are investing in precision irrigation technologies that use AI and sensors to optimize water usage. Others are shifting toward more sustainable crops, raising the question, will almonds continue to dominate California's agriculture, or will they become a casualty of climate change and resource depletion? The shocking truth behind America's almond industry is a complex tale of innovation, exploitation, and environmental consequences. While almonds are a beloved superfood packed with nutrients, their production comes at a high cost to honeybees, water resources, and the workers who bring them to market. As consumers, we must ask, are we willing to pay the real price of almonds? And what changes must be made to ensure that this multi-billion-dollar industry can survive without destroying the very resources it depends on? One thing is certain. Behind every handful of almonds lies a story of power, survival, and an uncertain future. So, the next time you grab a handful of almonds, remember, behind every crunchy bite is a story of power, survival, and sacrifice. The industry thrives on billion-dollar deals, but at what cost? Honeybee populations are collapsing under the weight of mass pollination. California's water supply is being drained at an alarming rate, and corporate giants are tightening their grip on small farmers. Yet demand for almonds continues to skyrocket. Can this industry sustain itself, or are we watching a ticking time bomb disguised as a health food craze? As consumers, we have a choice to demand transparency, sustainability, and ethical practices. Will we turn a blind eye, or will we push for change before it's too late? The shocking truth behind America's almond empire has been revealed. Now, the real question is, what will you do with it? If you found this eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment below. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest uploads, because the truth deserves to be heard. Stay informed. Thank you for watching.